You ever have one of those brilliant ideas that just fizzles out? Well, today, we're going to dig into the number one reason why that happens. And, more importantly, how to actually stop it. Yep, we are talking all about stakeholder management.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You got this amazing plan, a rock-solid strategy, maybe even the perfect product. Everything seems like it's lined up for a home run. And yet, so many great ideas just fail to get off the ground. Why is that?
Well, here's the thing, and it might surprise you. Most of the time, it's not actually the idea that's the problem. No, the real obstacle, the thing that can literally make or break your success, it's the people. It's navigating all those unmanaged expectations and unaddressed fears of everyone involved.
And that is exactly where a smarter, more strategic approach comes into play, a way to take all that potential friction and turn it into real, actual momentum. Believe me, there is a better way.
So what is it? At its core, stakeholder management is all about really understanding everyone who's impacted by what you're doing. What are their interests? What are their fears? And what's their actual influence? And then you take all that and you engage with them in a way that builds trust and gets everyone, hopefully, pulling in the same direction.
Look, it sounds complicated, but at its heart, it's really just a simple two-step process. It's not magic, it's a method. First up, you've got to figure out who your stakeholders really are. And then second, you plan how you're going to engage with them. So let's break that down, shall we?
Okay, let's dive into step 1, mapping your stakeholders. Seriously, this is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. And when I say mapping, I'm not just talking about a list of names and job titles, not at all. It's about really understanding two super important groups. First, the people who are going to be affected by the change you're making. And just as critical, the people who can affect the change. So how do you do that? Well, a great way is to ask yourself 3 key questions. First up, influence. Who actually holds influence over this thing? And remember, this isn't just about the boss. It's about who has the informal power to either help you or stop you in your tracks. Okay, second, insight. Who's got the inside scoop, the expertise, the on-the-ground knowledge that you absolutely cannot afford to miss? And finally, number 3, emotion. Who is really, really invested in this? I'm talking personally invested. Whether they're for it or against it, you need to know.
All right, so once you've done that, you've got this amazing map, you finally know the landscape. Now, and only now, are you ready for step 2, planning your engagement.
And listen, this is so important. This is not about sending out one generic email blast to everybody. No way. This is all about empathy. The whole goal here is to meet people where they are. You have to understand their perspective first before you even think about asking them to get on board with yours.
So how do you build that kind of powerful alignment? Well, you have to start by genuinely understanding their interests, not just pushing your own. You've got to acknowledge their fears, treat them as totally valid. Ask yourself, what do they think they might lose here? Once you know that, then you can tailor how you talk to them. You can speak their language. And when people feel like they're actually being heard, like they're invested, that's when you build trust. And trust, my friends, is the absolute bedrock of any successful project.
Okay, so when you put these two things together, that really thoughtful mapping and this kind of empathetic engagement, something amazing happens. You can fundamentally transform the entire dynamic of your project.
Just think about that shift for a second. Before, without this stuff, you're just constantly putting out fires, right? You're dealing with blockers, confusion, it's a mess. But after, you start creating invested partners who actually want you to succeed. You're building real trust and alignment. And maybe most importantly, you make sure the right voices are in the room from the start, which makes the final results so much stronger.
And that right there, that's really the ultimate promise of doing this well. It's powerful. When done well, it turns potential blockers into partners.
So, I want to leave you with a question to take back with you. Think about that one big project you're working on right now, that one big idea you have, and just ask yourself this: whose voice is missing?